When rescuers boarded the Mary Celeste, they found dinner still warm, the crew's clothes neatly folded, but not a single soul on board. The ship was a perfect time capsule, a ghost floating silently on the waves. But what if the ship was never truly empty? The story begins in 1872. The merchant ship Mary Celeste was found adrift in the vast emptiness of the Atlantic Ocean. When the boarding party from the Dei Gratia climbed aboard, they were met with an unnerving silence. The ship was in perfect condition. There was no sign of a struggle, the cargo of denatured alcohol was untouched, and 6 months' worth of food and water was still in the hold. But Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and the 7-man crew had vanished without a trace. Official reports chalked it up to mutiny, piracy, or even a waterspout. But the unsettling perfection of the scene left a chilling question lingering in the salt-filled air. Was it mutiny, or something not human at all? For over a century, the ship was lost to time, a legend whispered among sailors. But imagine this. Just a few years ago, a team of deep-sea explorers, charting an unexplored trench, picked up an impossible signal. An old wooden brigantine drifting in a current that shouldn't exist. On its stern, a name, faded but unmistakable, Mary Celeste. Drawn by the greatest maritime mystery of all time, they boarded. At first, there was only awe. But then, the strange things began. The ship's compass spun endlessly, a wild dance pointing to no north. At night, footsteps echoed on the deck above, even when the entire crew was accounted for below. And then, a faint whisper, carried on a breeze that came from nowhere, seemed to say, "Don't stay after midnight." The initial excitement of discovery slowly curdled into a cold, creeping dread. As the second night fell, the ship came alive. The explorers saw them faint, translucent figures moving through the thick fog that had enveloped the ship. Phantoms of the original crew, their faces etched with a silent, eternal terror. They watched, frozen, as the captain's logbook, left open on his desk, began to fill with new entries. The quill pen held by an invisible hand, scripting the same date over and over, November 25th, 1872. From the cargo hold, a low chanting began the Lord's Prayer, whispered in English, then Portuguese, then German, the voices of the lost crew overlapping in a terrifying chorus. They weren't just ghosts. They were trapped in a loop, forced to relive their horrifying final moments, night after agonizing night. The explorers tried to flee, but the ship's rigging seemed to tighten on its own, the anchor refusing to rise. Then one of their own, the diver who first spotted the ship, simply vanished from his post. He was there one moment and gone the next. Desperate for answers, the remaining explorers forced their way into the cargo hold, breaking the seal on a large, unmarked crate that was separate from the rest. It wasn't alcohol inside. It was a dark, obsidian chest covered in symbols they had never seen before. As they pried it open, a wave of icy air rushed out, and the ghostly whispers turned into agonizing screams. The ship's manifest, tucked inside, told the story. The captain had taken on a final piece of undocumented cargo from a remote, uncharted island, a relic, the manifest called it, taken from a cursed tomb. The crew wasn't lost at sea. They were claimed by what they carried. The chest didn't just contain an artifact. It was a prison, and it needed new prisoners. The spirits of the original crew weren't haunting the ship. They were its eternal jailers, tasked with finding their replacements. Just this morning, a distress call crackled over the radio at a remote Coast Guard station. The signal was faint, distorted by static, but the automated voice was clear. Mayday, mayday, ... This is the Mary Celeste. We are lost, ... double quotes. The signal died, but the legend lives on. Because somewhere out there, in the fog and the unforgiving waves, the Mary Celeste sails again, looking for her lost crew. Thanks for joining us on this dark voyage. If you enjoy mysteries from the deep, make sure to like, subscribe, And hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the unknown. Stay curious and stay safe.